It is hot as hell. So the first step is always the hardest, and the first step is admitting that you have a weed addiction. Now, weed is becoming more and more accepted in today's times. More people than ever are smoking weed, or trying weed, or enjoying weed. And most people won't actually admit they have a weed addiction problem. So you may have people around you saying it's not a big deal. You can't be addicted to weed. Weed is great. Weed is lovely. Weed is from God. Weed is a plant. Weed is a herb. All this stuff, and you deep down know, I can't go a single day, a single hour without smoking weed. And if it's to that point, I probably have a weed addiction. So the first step is admitting that we do have a weed addiction. And that first week is going to be your hardest. So they say there are no withdrawal symptoms from quitting weed. There are. You probably can't sleep. You probably can't eat. You're probably irritable. You're having mood swings. You're having bad or crazy dreams. All these things can last upwards to 2 weeks. And the main thing is just that comfort zone of not being able to roll your blunt, smoke your blunt. Maybe if you do edibles, you don't have the same euphoric feeling from preparing to actually smoke. But when you do smoke, you do have all these habitual habits that also play into your addiction. You never realize how many airplanes fly past your house if you live near an airport until you're trying to record a YouTube video. But those first 1 or 2 weeks, it's going to be the hardest. You're going to have some withdrawal symptoms, but good thing is usually they can subside within the first 2 weeks. They can last longer. It does vary from person to person. You may have, crazy dreams longer. You may have a stalled appetite longer, or no appetite longer. You may be irritable for almost 3 weeks. It can differ from person to person. We may experience, one symptom but not experience the other. But usually if you've been smoking for an extended period of time, anywhere from 3 to 10 years. I smoked weed for 20 years before I actually quit. So there definitely was some withdrawal symptoms in that first 1 or 2 weeks. But the good thing is you do get past those, like I said, usually within 2 weeks. Then you're going to realize you have a lot more time to think, to actually contemplate things, to actually use your mind more. Weed fools you into thinking that it stimulates your thought. I smoke weed, have all these thoughts, I'm thinking about deep things. I'm just high and just everything is great. I can look at this leaf and just come up with a whole conversation between me and the leaf. Weed is this great thought provoker. But really, once you quit weed and you have a clear mind, you actually really start to hear your true mind, to hear your true thoughts, and they're going to be very apparent within that first 30 days. Thoughts you haven't thought about, because a lot of times when we do have cravings, we do have these urges, it's good to think about where they're coming from, how we're feeling before that moment, how we're feeling during that moment, and how we're feeling after that moment. And when we're not on weed, or not using weed to blind us or to distract us, all those thoughts are going to be more apparent. Like I said, also you may dream a lot more. Most people dream every night, but a lot of people don't remember their dreams. And because you're not going to a REM sleep cycle. But once you start to remember those dreams, that's going to provoke more thought too. You also have more free time because, when you are smoking weed, you have to go buy the weed, you have to buy the cigars, you have to roll. And although that may not seem like a lot of time in your week, in your day, but you spend a lot of thought activity, like I said, trying to buy the weed, going to buy the papers or the blunt, whatever you choose to roll your weed in. All that takes up time in your day, so you will have a lot more free time than what you realize. You also won't realize the most shocking thing, that you say I can smoke weed and it doesn't limit me from being the best version of myself, having the most potential. I can smoke weed and pursue my career, pursue this and do it 100%. I never realized how much weed was holding me back until I actually quit. I'm like, actually, I may have a thought about something, and weed just really would make me feel okay in the moment, or say it's not a big deal, nothing to worry about, and never actually pursue change, never actually take the step forward to pursuing something. We may think about it, but then you're high, you'll quickly think about something else, or think about the next time that you're going to get high. You'll realize that I'm sweating like a fucking dog. You will realize that weed actually dictates a lot of other things in your life. It can dictate how you eat, again, dictate how you think, how you sleep, how you even interact with your loved ones. It can affect how you have sex. It can affect all these things, and you never realize how dependent you were on weed and how it dictated all these other things in your life that really should not be connected. But the most important thing, after those 30 days, I realized I can actually live a life with a clear mind, not be high all day, and be content, be happy, be satisfied. We fear life without having that crutch, without having that blanket, without having that familiar space to run to be high. So we may take years to quit just to avoid that awkward feeling that usually lasts within the first 2 weeks. By the time you get to 30 days, you have proven to yourself, to your brain, to your mind, to your body that you can survive without weed. If you can go 30 days without weed, you can go 6 months, you can go a year, you can go 10 years, you can go forever. But it's crucial that we first admit we have an issue and take the steps necessary to at least take a tolerance break for 30 days to see how our body reacts. Now, there's a quick video. If you do need help trying to quit weed, I created this 30-day guided journal to help you start the 30-day process, and it takes you each day, day 1, all the way up to day 30. Each day there is a prompt to have you write down your thoughts, discover your ideas, to truly discover yourself while you're on your journey of quitting weed. My talented son did the artwork for this, and I like it. It's on Amazon, link below. But don't let people think that you're weird because you think you have a weed problem and you actually want to quit. You actually want to pursue a better life. You do you. You know what you need to do. So until next time, guys, please like, subscribe, share. Most importantly, comment below. And remember, we are all in this together. Peace.